Do you think of the world as being made of mere matter? Or do you think it contains more than that, some spiritual element that transcends it? And what are the consequences of that belief for your behavior and for the way you think the world should work? Let's talk about ancient Epicureanism. The ancient Epicureans were materialists, not in the sense of wanting to buy stuff, but in the sense of believing that everything is stuff. All there is matter, atoms and void. When your atoms disperse, so will you. While this position was very controversial in its day, it may be fair to say that this is the dominant perspective in the modern world, insofar as our ideologies are predominated by scientific materialism, the notion that the universe is just stuff doing stuff, without the interference of God, miracles, or any such mythological mumbo-jumbo. It's not that there aren't many beliefs to the contrary, but they are private beliefs. It's a material world. Now, the ancient Epicureans held that since it's all just a matter of matter, the highest good is simply pleasure. Do with your matter what feels good, don't do what doesn't. In many ways, this is the implicit ethical position of our society as well. The pursuit of happiness is thought of and manifested in terms of the right to do enjoyable things and not to have to do shitty ones. Go ski, go out to eat, binge watch a gripping drama while cuddling someone cute. Go to work, yes, but only because you have to make money to not die. Maximize pleasure, minimize pain. But the difference between ancient Epicureanism and our modern manifestation of it is that its ancient adherents put great emphasis on the importance of community, whereas the modern pursuit of pleasure tends toward the satisfaction of individual desires. Ancient Epicureans established communes, holding themselves aloof from the nonsense of mainstream society, in the belief that the truly pleasurable life was synonymous with the simple one. This makes it especially ironic that in modern English, Epicurean has come to mean a lover of food, wine, and luxury, which is the opposite of the point. It's not about individual satisfaction of sensory pleasures, but working together to facilitate a harmonious life. Even the most radical metaphysical materialism may come full circle to reveal a sense of spiritual comfort and conscious purpose. For we may ask, as some Epicureans have, why do the atoms or subatomic parts that make us connect in the first place? The ancient response was the principle of atomic swerve. The tiniest bits of matter or matter energy come together by some kind of natural force, which is in some ways akin to a will of the atom's own. Or rather, there is a sense in which natural forces and spiritual will are two only apparently opposite ways of describing the same thing. Atoms collide or atoms choose to collaborate. This is not a mainstream view of Epicureanism nor materialism, but it's important to note that there may be no more reason to describe matter as random or mechanical in its behavior than collaborative. Yes! Even so, as we pursue our pleasures and avoiding our pains, this process, while it's in some ways individual, necessarily involves evaluating our contribution to the collective well-being. Your pleasure matters to me, not just in the quantitative utilitarian sense of the best society giving the most happiness to the greatest number, but in the deeper qualitative sense that the pleasing vibrations of your atoms are causally interconnected with the pleasing vibrations of mine. Your anxiety is my anxiety, and your good vibes are my good vibes. The nihilistic idea that nothing matters is refuted in the form of an irresistible pun. Matter matters, for it inherently possesses collective value in the selection and evolution of its being. Thus, the unfolding of the physical universe implies an ethics that is fundamentally ecological. Our shared house, ecos, is a house of living difference. Our bodies and our communities are ecosystems, and it's in the collaborative success of their diverse constituent parts that their strength, resilience, and pleasure consist. I've now departed considerably from the orthodox understanding of Epicureanism, but I do think that this outlook resonates with the way in which the philosophy was originally practiced, the simple life, emphasizing local community, the harmonious coordination of material elements, and the pleasure therein. So do what feels good, do whatever you want, but the most dependably pleasurable thing to want, and therefore the most rational, is to want to be here, in your own body, taking care of yourself, taking care of others, and as part and parcel of that, taking care of the earth.